I start rolling. Brian Powell of Iron Far here with Luke Nelson of Patagonia. How are you doing today?
Good, thanks, Brian.
The North Face Ultra Trail to Mont-Blanc.
Here we are.
Here we are. It's looking dicier and dicier out there for race day. What's the latest you've heard?
Latest weather forecast is we're expecting 10 centimeters of snow during the night, Friday night, and the same during the day, with temperatures between 5 and 10 below centigrade, so that's like 20 degrees Fahrenheit, with 30 to 50 kilometer-an-hour winds the whole time.
Awesome.
It's gonna be great.
I'm sure the passes will be pleasant.
Oh yeah, it'd be ideal running conditions up there. Maybe a little bit of take your shirt off some kind of weather.
Yeah, if Tony was racing.
Tony would definitely have his shirt on.
Yes.
But I think I'm gonna have a Gore-Tex jacket on.
This would be like the one time that we want to wear a full...
I've definitely had to rethink my entire kit because of the weather conditions. I watched last year's race via your website and experienced secondhand what it could be, and came what I thought was prepared. And after being here in the mountains for a week, I realized I came unprepared.
So you actually went down to the Patagonia store this afternoon?
Yeah, I went and got a few extra things to make sure I had some backup clothing, so that I didn't have to worry about running wet and cold, that I could be dry and be able to change into dry clothes, so I can worry about just running.
Yeah, so anybody who's going to run UTMB from the States, bring a second long sleeve shirt. Yeah. You're going to want it. Yeah. I bought one in Chamonix last year.
Yeah, bring, I had a whole pile of stuff that I was like, maybe going to bring it all. Just bring an extra bag of stuff.
It's cheaper than having to buy it.
Yeah, pay for the luggage and just bring it.
Yeah.
So.
Tell me about your season so far. What have you been up to this year, running-wise?
I've been up to a little bit less than I've raced in the past. And part of that is because I really wanted to focus on this race. I started off early with Chuckanut, and like a lot of other runners out there, kind of got it handed to them because of what that race is. It's not really to my strong suits. I had a great race, I had a ton of fun. Chrissy did a wonderful job at the race, but it was a lot harder than I expected it to be. And then after that, I helped race direct Pocatello 50, which was more exhausting than running it. And went to San Diego the next weekend, which was a bad choice to try and race after race directing, and ended up not finishing. So my first DNF in an ultra, which is kind of a hard thing to swallow, to be honest. And then the rest of the summer I spent in the Tetons, pretty much, running, getting ready for this, trying to get an FKT on the Grand before all the superstars came to town. And then I raced my favorite 50K race 2 weeks ago before coming here. It's kind of a tune-up Vaquero Loco tight drainage race.
Yeah, 50K up in Wyoming.
In Wyoming, yep.
You set the course record.
Yep.
Broke first person under 5 hours there for the 50K.
Yep, and it was my 5th time running it, so it was a lot of fives.
And it was your first ultra 5 years ago.
It was my very first
Your 5th anniversary,
yeah.
Go set the course record.
Yeah, and I got to break 5 hours. It was awesome, and it helped me kind of gauge my fitness of where I'm at, even compared to last year, where I thought I was last year I was as fit as I'd ever been going into Wasatch, and this year I ran 18 minutes faster at the same race.
For 50K, so yeah, minutes.
So I feel like I've...
Extrapolate that out, could be an hour and a half and 100 miler.
It could, yeah, and I feel like I'm fitter than I was then. So,
nice.
See what happens here.
So what is your plan here? I mean, you haven't run...
I haven't run UTMB, and after I got here on Saturday and spending a week on the course, I'm humbled by the mountains. They're big, they're really big. And because of that humble pie that I was served early on, I think I'm going to try and keep it a little more contained at the beginning, and not race until Lac Champlain, which is about 75 miles. I just want to get there in one piece and feel okay to be able to finish strong.
Yeah.
So.
Competition here.
There's a lot. The strange thing is maybe not the superstars of ultra running. There's, Killian's not running this year. From North America, a lot of the real big names, the guys that I really look up to, a lot of them aren't here for whatever reason. Mike Foot's here. He's very strong. I trained with him a little bit in the Tetons, and I know that he has the potential to really have an awesome day out there. And then the international field is a lot of everybody else. There's Seb's here, Jez Bragg is here, Iker, Miguel Aris. There's a lot of people that all could be in contention, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens to the field early on.
Yeah.
I think that there's going to be a lot of carnage, and with the weather, there's going to be carnage from the weather. So, in my mind, this race is a race of attrition to see who can take good care of themselves the best and run well, but not out of their element.
Nice. Well, best of luck out there this weekend.
Thanks, Brian.
All right. Now, bonus question.
Bonus question. All right.
You talked about it a little bit. Put Killian and Andy Anderson's runs up the Grand Teton in perspective.
Jeez. So, I've now climbed the Grand 6 times in the last 2 summers. I was working really hard, hoping to be the first to break Bryce's record. And when I got wind of it early on that Ricky was going for it. First of all, I was like, oof, man, he's strong.
Ricky Gates.
Yeah, Ricky Gates. And so I went up the day that Ricky went and ran 3:19. There was still a decent snow field then, and it was impressive. He ran fast, faster than I had for sure, and he took a little bit different line, using the snow a little differently. And both of him and I agreed at the bottom, oh yeah, those guys will come, but without the snow they won't be able to do it. And then what Killian did was just insane. I can't think of another word for it, because knowing how quickly he had to descend. The ascent I can understand Killian, he's so strong, but what he did on the descent, it had to have been just incredible to watch. And then Andy to go back a week later and take another minute off of that without shortcutting. The guy's incredible. A hero for sure.
Yeah.
What he did is so fast and so strong, and in my mind he did it in the cleanest way possible.
Yeah. So you're still going to go back out there? And
I'm going to still go try and work it, and if nothing else, I'm going to get a PR. I don't know if I'm capable of running under 3 hours. I'm sure going to try. But
have fun running around the biggest mountains in the world.
Thank you. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.